Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be making the Cupid costume that you've probably seen in the thumbnail already. Super excited for this. I mean, I'm already done, but still excited. So you might be wondering, what was your inspiration for making this dress? So basically, I watched a Makara video and she made a Valentine's Day dress and I was like, oh my god, that's such a good idea. Why haven't I thought of this before? So I'm gonna make my own. I don't actually have a boo. Like, I'm as single as can be, so to me being Cupid is like really cool. So I'm gonna be just neutral. I'm gonna be Cupid. I'm gonna be helping people fall in love by shooting them in the head with an arrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do next Valentine's Day because I've already done Cupid this Valentine's Day, so what am I supposed to do next Valentine's Day? I don't know. Maybe I'll have a boyfriend by then and I'll like dress up. We'll have like twin suits. Oh my god, that would be so cute. That would be so cute, won't it? Okay, I'm really upset, but probably not gonna happen, to be honest. You know what, if I get a boyfriend by next Valentine's Day, I'm going to, what's something ridiculous I could do? I'll dress up as Popeye from like the Popeye the Sailor Man, not like the chicken.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Let's hope that happens. I'm so excited if that does, but probably not. Anyway, enough of me rambling about being single. Let's get straight into this video. Oh my goodness, this outfit had so many components. Because it had so many components, I'm going to break each and every component and like how I did it down. I'm not going to go into depth on how I made like sort of the props for this video. This video is mostly about the dress. However, I am planning on making an individual video on all the props I created. So the first thing I started on was making the wig. All you have to know is that this was an experience. Definitely an experience. I mean, it was really fun, but it was so time consuming. It literally took me like 4 days or 5 days to make this. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot of time, but like making a dress usually takes me less time. It usually only takes me like 2 to 3 days. And this was like 4 days or 5 days. And I was like, oh my gosh, why? And I had a really bad dyeing experience. Like, not actually dyeing, but dyeing the hair. I had to dye it like 4 times because the color wouldn't take. Wow, it looks like a massacre. Like, oh my god, this looks like, oh my god, this looks like I'm a ninja or something, right? Like, I don't know what it is, what it looks like. It kind of looks like I'm pulling out like guts or something, or like blood from like a cauldron. Oh, and I also got my teeth pulled when I was making this wig as well, which I'm not even gonna talk about that. Do you see that? I would definitely do it again. Not getting my teeth pulled. Making the wig. I was talking about the wig. I'm never getting my teeth pulled again. Ever. Painstakingly crocheting in each individual piece of hair onto the wigs. I have a newfound, that makes sense. I have a newfound respect for wig makers. I think it also took a while because I got sidetracked. Oh, into the unknown, into the unknown, into the unknown. Oh my god, doesn't it look like one of those like... So to start off this dressmaking process, I started by cutting out the pieces. I mean, every single dressmaking process starts like that, but I'm special. I fold my material in half so that my pieces can come out the same size, and they still never do, but you know, I try to convince myself that that doesn't matter. I wanted the bodice to be strapless, but have like a sort of mesh at the top of the bodice. I don't know. Okay, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna let my past self explain it because I think she did it much better than I did. Fly birds back to the sky, back to the eaves and the leaves and the fields and the... Okay, never mind. This version of past me is too busy trying to be Cinderella. I'll have to summon my other past self, my past self, to narrate what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna basically, so I pinned the 2 pieces together, and I think this would be enough to sort of guide me on my journey to try to be making one of these dresses that I've never made before. So I'm just gonna cut a rough neck hole here. And, oh, that actually worked out pretty well. Look at that neck. I can't believe that worked out so well. Outline and where the armholes are. Just like that. And and cut this out and okay, so that was also literally no help. But like it's okay because who needs instructions when you can go off your killer instincts, killer sewing instincts. Just go off those, and you know what I'm talking about. So before I sewed all the bodice pieces together, I folded this red fabric in this way. I don't exactly know how exactly. I don't exactly. I mean, I know it's knife pleats, but I don't exactly know what this technique is called. So just look at the screen. It's right here. I thought it looked kind of plain, so I added some ruffles at the bottom of it as well. I then moved on to the skirt. I had a red underskirt and then like a white sort of ruffly skirt over top of it for this costume. Okay, so basically what I'm planning to do here is I'm planning to ruffle this sort of to create like the front part, and I'm going to use this fabric as like the base layer for all the little ruffle thingies that are at the sides, because I want to use this fabric for another project. I want to use it for my Heather Chandler outfit for the top, and there's not enough. Oh my god, I'm going to use these cool scissors. Look at these cool metal scissors. Look at them. These are so cool. Oh my god, they actually cut. I feel like some cool Victorian lady. Okay, sorry, I cannot explain this for the life of me, but I made you a drawing, so this is what I. This was just a technique to use less fabric because ruffling fabric takes a lot of fabric, and the longer it is, the less it's gonna ruffle. So take all the shortcuts you can, unless you wanna spend a lot of money, and that is not me. I don't like to spend money. I like to keep money. Money's nice. I like money. Money. I'm sorry. I then cut out the sleeve pattern. Nothing special except I cut it out way larger than it needed to be. Just longer, not like wider. Wait, no, wider, longer. I'm so confused about that. Cut it wider, not longer, because like your hand isn't. It's probably not that long. I also added some ruffles to the bottom of the sleeve and this cool trim I decided to pick up from Walmart. Okay, so I figured out how exactly to achieve the look I wanted. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to pleat these, because this is a really large piece. So I'm going to pleat these. With the elastic, I'm going to measure out the width of my wrist. So it'll still come into my wrist, but there won't be too much fabric so that it bunches up and looks ugly. By the way, I went to Walmart to pick up some red ribbon and something else I can't remember. But oh my god, they have the cutest little bags. I was about to tell the cashier not to put my stuff in a bag because I already had a bag and I don't like to use plastic because like I'm environmentally friendly. But as soon as she handed me the tiny like mini bag, I was like, oh my god, so cute. And I didn't say anything. I don't know why I'm so excited about a bag. Why are we as humans so obsessed with many things? That's a question for you to ponder in your mind. Then I moved back to the bodice because, I'm just so like sporadic like that. I'm all over the place. So I moved back to the bodice and added that mesh thing that I said I was going to add. I also added some ruffles to that mesh along with I also put on this fancy royal trim that I had because, I'm just extra like that. I bought it from Fabricland like a year ago and I haven't been able to go back to Fabricland because I added the ruffles on the trim and it looked so pretty. I also sewed the mesh to the bodice. That's what I did. I also did that. I was gonna do just a closed back, but then I realized I needed a space to put the wings in because like I attached the wing. I have like a certain. Oh my god, I just recorded a voiceover and I had the volume of my microphone completely turned down. So anyway, I added a collar as well that closed at the back with Velcro since I couldn't close the back completely. So the collar had to be closed with Velcro instead of, a zipper. Oh my god. Oh my god, I thought I just saw a dead squirrel. Don't worry, it wasn't a dead squirrel. So after sewing everything together and adding some ribbon closures, I was finally done. Except I wasn't because I'm extra and all this other stuff was not enough. I added two massive bows. Now I would show you how to make the bows, but one, I haven't showed you how to do anything so far, and two, these are not my bows. I didn't come up with this method, so I think it's wrong of me to try and teach you something that I learned off someone else. So I'm just gonna link the original video of how to make the bows down below. I believe I can fly. Oh wait, that's R. Kelly, right? Can't sing that. Soaring, flying. So the original design for this wing came from this thumbnail. I changed the general shape of the wing onto this piece of foam I got at Dollar Tree. You can get it at Dollarama or Dollar Tree, depending on if you're American or Canadian. I'm Canadian, but I still went to Dollar Tree because, oh my god, Dollarama is getting so expensive. Like, what do you think you are, a convenience store? Why are most of your things there $4? That's just a test you have to pass if you're a dollar store. If I can buy any of your 3 items in that store and it comes to more than $10, no siree, you are not a dollar store. I do not stand for this. But anyway, I crumpled up some aluminum foil and I put it, why did I say aluminum foil? Did you know that Australian people say aluminium foil or something? Aluminium? That is okay, I don't know. I crumpled some tinfoil into like these little snake thingies and I bent it to the top shape of the wing. This is supposed to be like the bones and the joint. I even kind of bulked up the joint area so that it looked like a joint. I then cut out some fabric from a throw I got from Walmart and put it as like the first layer of the wing. I didn't glue it all the way down because I still needed to put the feathers on the wing, but I did glue like the top corner of the wing. Just keep in mind, this isn't an in-depth. Oh my god. Who even invented the word depth? It's so hard to say. Depth. You know what? I still can't say that word. Am I the only one who can't say that word because of my underbite? I don't know. You know what? Let's switch out the word depth for Depp because Johnny Depp. Just keep in mind this isn't an in-depth tutorial on how to make the wings. I'm skipping over a lot of important details. I promise I will make a tutorial video on each and every prop that I make in this video later on, and I will edit the description and link them in there once I'm done with the videos and I have them up. You're missing all kinds of details. If you get that reference, I love you so much. A dark cloud of gloom looms over the sky. Such a tragedy. So avoidable. A fatality. And for what? Just some ASMR content. A frail paper feather, no longer fit to be part of its purpose in life. Its short-lived life. Its life gone, taken like the leaves in a breeze. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Also, during this process, I felt the need to sing my dog a song. I just sung him the cat's meow because also I am aware that this song is about a cat. My dog is indeed a dog and he does not meow, but dogs don't meow. That's like a normal thing. But like what makes him weird is that he's basically a cat in dog's clothing. I mean, he barks, but like he chases lasers and like acts like a cat, all grumpy and I can see it when you're feeling low, you can't hide that from me. You're no status quo calico, so I keep trying to be. Okay, Chip, I am very uncomfortable with how close your head is to my glue gun. Please don't mind. Just trying to keep. No. Do you want to get your face burned off? Do not go near the glue gun. You have never heard of the glue gun. You have never seen the glue gun. You touch the glue gun. Do not touch the glue gun. Me and you and me. Why don't we see who is better? We don't have to be one in the same thing. Let's have a battle of the bands. Okay, so fellow crafters, I think you know the dread I am feeling right now. I have 5 glue sticks left and a whole crap ton of project left to do. So I'm gonna go out and buy some more glue sticks because if there's anything I've learned while crafting, it's if you think you have just enough glue sticks, you have way less than you need. Glue sticks, I'm going to get glue sticks. I'm going to the dollar store to get some glue sticks. I need glue sticks to finish up this project. Oh yeah, my pizza. And yes, I put it directly on the oven rack. If you put it on a pizza platter thing, you are cursed. Okay, so for all you highly cultured people out there, you'd know I was singing Memory from Cats. I know everyone's wanting to sound like, whoa, who's the glamour cat again? I know everyone wants to sound like Jisabella when she sings Memory, but I have always wanted to sound like Jemima. I want to sound like that so bad. That's never gonna happen, but I can dream, okay? I can try and fail, but I can still try. Daylight, say that you're the sunflower, and those aren't the right words. Oh. So some of you may call this burnt, but I call it well done. Oh, wow. Okay, it's burnt. Let me see if it's actually burnt, though. It might not be burnt. Okay, I think it's burnt. You know, it can make a really cool beat. Ooh, it's really hard over here. Oh, and yes, I did actually end up going to the store to get the glue sticks. Also, when I walked out to go check out, the line was right outside the aisle. But there was this guy, I'm pretty sure it was a guy. At first, I thought he was a girl because of his long hair, but he looked to be of Aboriginal descent, and it's not too uncommon for them to have long hair, I think. So I'm pretty sure it was a guy. But while we were waiting in the long line, he had like his little sister with him, and he was trying to like make things that weren't interesting sound interesting, like pointing out little things like, "Oh, look at that, look at this." And it was just the cutest thing ever. It wasn't really annoying to wait in line. It was just really charming to see the little banter going on. It was so cute. But anyway, I got the glue sticks and I continued the project. I also got another pizza to make myself feel better because I burnt mine. Oh, and also I stopped at Tim's to get my mom something. She was a little upset because earlier that day I went to Tim's and I didn't get her anything, which is understandable. In Canada, if you go to Tim's and you don't get anyone else something at your house, it is a crime. So basically what I did was I got my mom a box of Timbits. You can't say anything because I'm going to surprise her with a glass of milk in the box. The stupid moronic Tim Hortons workers didn't have the donuts anymore, so I had to get a box of 10 bits. Because, you know, she liked old-fashioned glaze and nothing else. I demanded all old-fashioned glaze and 10 of them, so I'm going to count them right now. And if I don't have 10, I'm going to be very, very upset. It looks like 10 looks fine, and we're going to see what she thinks about them. And there's two things that I have to take up with me here. So I'm gonna put the camera down here, then record the ground for a few minutes while I go upstairs. And then, wait, no, not for a few minutes. It does not take me a few minutes to go upstairs, just to be clear. Go upstairs with them. Hey, Chip. How do you say chip in Australian accent? How's this for
I knew you did that. That's really sweet of you, but I'm not. I just had kidding. Please, Kella, look at how I am. Do you have to record everything?
Look, ratchet. Oops. Ooh, that was not good. There goes the baker with his tray, like always. I should do a Kiyomi Cakes cover of Emma Watson's cover of Belle. Little town, it's a quiet village. Every day like the one before. Little town, full of idle people. Gee, look, you guys. Wispy things at the end. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, look at these little wispy things. Oh, so cute. 25th anniversary of Let Me Shut Up. I've been watching way too much of it. I watched the Sideways video on the remake in 2012, and I completely agree with him. So I just started watching the 25th anniversary one, and I'm revived. I'm the man who played Javert literally strikes fear into my soul.
Oh, son, at last we see each other plain. Monsieur la Mayor, you wear a different chair. Before you say another word, Javert.
So good. Like, honestly, yes. Don't worry, I'm saving some of these to tie at the backs of my pencils and pens. Love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life, I've only been pretending. Without me, if the world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I have never. No, I'm kidding. I would never do that to anyone. A world that's full of happiness that I have never known. I seriously need to stop singing random musical theater songs in my videos. Also, does anyone else cut their pizza into tiny little slices like this, or is it just me? So to start off making this arrow, no, the bow, sorry. To start off making this bow, I unraveled some wire, twisted it so it would be double strength, and bent it in the shape of an arrow, or a bow, oh my god. I was gonna just do a regular bow, but then I looked up some references and I realized that Cupid's bow was kind of shaped like the McDonald's sign, so I decided to go for that. I then covered it in tinfoil and mixed up a concoction of flour and water. I then dipped strips of paper towel into it and covered the bow. Yes, I said paper towel, not newspaper. I find that newspaper for small projects like this isn't really necessary because the bow was really just for looks, not for functionality. So I knew I didn't really need to make it work. It still would work if I actually shot the arrows, but then that would damage the arrows. And the heart that doesn't come to a perfect point is not a heart, period. It's an imaginary arrow. Just imagine me shooting people with it. Actually, no, don't imagine that. That'd be very graphic. I really had to ask it, but do you have a basket? Am I the only one who thinks that James Corden completely ruined the 2014 live adaptation of Into the Woods? Wait, there was never a cartoon adaptation. Am I the only one who thinks he ruined that movie? Yes? Okay. I made these shrimp-like things to go at the two ends of the arrows. I molded the newspaper around the two ends, and then I curled them into a shrimp-like figure, but not before covering them in toilet paper. Not toilet paper, paper towel. Why did they make paper towel and toilet paper sound so similar? Like, it's easy to get them mixed up. Anyways, I then put the two shrimp pieces and the bow into the oven. Not to cook them, just to evaporate the water, but apparently I didn't get the memo because I put them on an extremely high heat and the flour actually burnt. Okay, so if you're wondering why this is brown, I burnt it. Like, I don't know, it kind of gives it like a rustic look. So, like, I'm not mad at it. It kind of looks like a mustache. Am I the only one who thinks that? What am I gonna do? Well, I was going to sand this down, but I was thinking, like, wait, that's gonna be, like, really weird. Like, what type of bow is completely sanded down and, like, smooth? I think it kind of gives the bow a lot of character to have, like, these little whirly things, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna paint over it. And paint over it I did with a brown acrylic paint. Acrylic paint. People think I'm joking when I say I can't pronounce things. I really cannot pronounce things. It really takes me. Okay, you know what? That's a story for another time. I don't want to get into some in-depth conversation about like my pronunciation. I then added an elastic and I was done. To start off making the arrows, I measured the diameter of the arrow. No, oh my god, the bow. I then added 5 centimeters to that and moved on to making the hearts. That would be at the end of the bow. Oh my god, the arrow! Oh my god, I'm so bad! How do I keep mixing them up? They're not even so. Okay, whatever. I then moved on to painting the hearts, pretty shades of red and pink. I cut out these back shapes that are supposed to be like the backing of the arrows. I cut out a small size and a big size. I painted the small size gold and the big size brown. I then started gluing the hearts to the ends of the dowels, or the fronts of the dowels, I don't really know, and the backings to the back of the dowels. Cutting off the excess paper from the hearts and the backings, I was done the arrows. Making the headband was pretty simple. I just cut out some pieces of ribbon to try and make it look like the ribbon was going in and out of the headband. This headband was just a headband I bought from Dollar Tree for $1.25 because it's $1.25 here in Canada, not a dollar. Actually, it's $1.40 plus tax. But anyway, after I was finished doing that, I made a bow to go at the top. Once again, the method of bow making that I'm using here is something I learned off another video, which I will link in the description. This is the same bow, just a smaller version of it. I also made an arrow for the headband as well to give the sort of effect that like the arrow's been shot through my head. This is not very complicated except for the fact that there's two main things you have to know. One, cut the bow and arrow parts really small so that it accommodates for the space of your head. If the bow looks too long, it's not going to be very pleasing. And also another really important detail you have to know is that I cut these on an angle. Trust me, it'll droop down, and the last thing you want is a droopy arrow going through your head because it ruins the illusion. So make sure you cut it on an angle and glue it so it's a little bit up at first. It will fall down eventually. Oh my god, you guys, I finally figured out the secret to singing like Ariana Grande. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna share it with you right now. All you need to do is sing one of her songs regularly at first. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be in like all the time. Now, sing it again, but don't pronounce anything and take off the end letter of each word. Right now, I'm in a state of mind. I wanna be like all the time. by the way, I still love Ariana Grande, please don't kill me. Just like having some fun. Also, this part is like super boring. There's nothing really interesting or in-depth that I do in this part, so anyway, now onto the real tutorial. Basically what I did was I cut out a circle, and then I cut out a long piece of Bristol board or cardstock, wrap it around the circle. This process was really, really satisfying because it felt like I was wrapping sushi or something. I don't know. Maybe I should get into wrapping sushi because this was like really cool. Anyway, I then glued the end of that together, closed, and glued a little flap onto it. This is where I'm going to insert the belt so that I can strap it around my waist. It looks really cool, and it beats having it on your back because it's really stylish. I then added some extra fancy decorations. How can I make a man out of you? Sorry, I've been watching reviews of the Mulan remake, and the fact that that movie had no Mushu, no Li Shang, and no music, so I rewatched the real Mulan like 1,000 times, and now all the music is stuck in my head. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through my darkest nights. The halo was definitely the easiest thing to make. All I did was rummage through my house until I found something circular that was big enough to fit my head and bigger than my head. I settled on my electric stand mixer. Yes, I wanted to flex my electric stand mixer. I have a KitchenAid electric stand mixer. Did you see it? Did you see it? Okay, you saw it? Okay, I'm rich. I'm not. I then twisted some wire and formed it around the circular KitchenAid mixing bowl, then painted over with some gold paint and hot glued them in a sort of X shape, so it was kind of like a, those cartoon halo thingies. That's what I was going for, but like a cool, edgy version of it.